Have you ever felt invisible? As if you were surrounded by people but completely alone? Imagine being at one of the happiest events of your life, the wedding of your sister, and feeling like you're the only one not included. For Jenna, this was her reality. And it would take a simple act of kindness to change everything. Before we dive into Jenna's story, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment below. Join us here at Kindness Lights, where we share stories that remind us all of the power of small, kind gestures. Jenna stood by the large windows, watching as the last of the guests filed into the lavish banquet hall. It was her sister's wedding, the day that should have been filled with laughter, joy, and family. But instead, Jenna felt nothing but emptiness. Her sister had been planning this day for months, and Jenna had been the maid of honor, until, just a week before the wedding, things started to shift. The wedding invitations, once a symbol of togetherness, had become reminders of what Jenna didn't have. She was single, something her sister, in all her excitement, never seemed to understand. The seating arrangements were posted on a large board near the entrance. Jenna was assigned a seat at the farthest corner of the room. It wasn't the back table where the distant relatives sat. No, hers was the out-of-sight table. Her sister's friends and their families surrounded her, all happily chatting in pairs or small groups, while Jenna sat alone, trying to avoid the stares. As the reception started, Jenna watched her sister, her best friend, dance happily in the arms of her new husband. The music played, and guests gathered around the dance floor, sharing laughter, stories, and moments of joy. But there Jenna sat, alone. She forced a smile whenever someone glanced in her direction, but inside, she felt as though she didn't belong. Just as Jenna reached for her glass of water, she heard a voice beside her. "Mind if I sit here?" Jenna turned to see a man in a sharp black tuxedo, his young daughter standing beside him, holding his hand. He was tall with a warm smile, and the friendly glint in his eyes immediately put her at ease. "Of course," Jenna said, surprised. "I thought this seat was, well, you know." He chuckled and nodded, sitting beside her. "Yeah, I get it. Tables like this sometimes get overlooked. But hey, if you're gonna be alone, might as well be with someone who knows what that feels like." The man introduced himself as Nate, and his daughter, Sophie, was sitting with her mother on the other side of the room. "It's nice to meet you," Jenna said softly, a little relieved at the unexpected company. As the night continued, Jenna and Nate began to talk. He shared stories of his daughter, Sophie, and the challenges of raising her as a single parent. He told Jenna about his life, the ups and downs, and how he had learned to appreciate the little moments of kindness people showed him along the way. For Jenna, the conversation was refreshing. Nate wasn't just a friendly face, he was someone who understood loneliness, someone who knew what it felt like to be overlooked and left out. The more they talked, the more Jenna realized that Nate's presence wasn't just about filling the empty seat beside her. It was a reminder that, sometimes, kindness can show up in the most unexpected ways. "I don't mean to intrude," Nate said after a while, "but I see how it is. You feel like you're not a part of the celebration. It's like everyone is dancing, and you're stuck at the side, hoping someone will notice you." Jenna's eyes welled up. She hadn't realized how much she needed someone to acknowledge her feelings. "That's exactly it," she whispered. "I thought maybe this day would be different, but it just feels like I don't belong." Nate nodded and then did something that made Jenna pause. He leaned over and whispered, "You know what? I'm sure you've been through a lot tonight. But here's the thing, people can be thoughtless, even when they don't mean to be. So, let's pretend for a moment. Let's pretend we're together. Just for tonight. Act like you're with me, and I'll act like I'm with you. It'll be our little escape from the awkwardness. How does that sound?" Jenna blinked, unsure of what to say. But then she realized something powerful about Nate's offer. It wasn't just about pretending. It was about giving her permission to feel seen. He wasn't offering pity, he was offering companionship. And for the first time that evening, Jenna felt a weight lift off her shoulders. For the rest of the night, Jenna and Nate shared small moments of connection. He introduced her to people, they laughed about silly things, and they even danced a little. The whole time, they both knew it was just an act, but it didn't matter. For Jenna, that act of kindness changed everything. She wasn't the lonely sister anymore. She was just a woman, surrounded by new friends, sharing a good time. By the end of the night, as the last song played and the guests slowly filed out, Jenna realized that kindness had a way of turning the hardest moments into something beautiful. Nate's simple offer to act like you're with me had turned her night around. She would never forget it. So, what can we learn from Jenna's story? The smallest acts of kindness can make the biggest difference. Sometimes, all it takes is someone reaching out, noticing when others are hurting, and offering a simple gesture to let them know they matter. If we all practiced more kindness, if we all made the effort to lift someone up when they feel alone, imagine how much brighter the world would be. Like Nate, we can all be a light for someone else. You never know when a simple act of kindness might change someone's life, just like it did for Jenna. Remember, kindness isn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes, it's just about being there when someone needs you. So, the next time you see someone who might be struggling, take a moment to show them they're not invisible. You might just be the one to brighten their day. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Kindness Lights for more stories like this. Spread kindness wherever you go.